Hi, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda, and today our Fun Fold Friday card is a Criss Cross card, and this is a card that I did several years ago. I'm still a close to my heart maker, and those were old papers from actually one of my very favorite paper packs. So to start this Criss Cross card, your base you're going to cut at 5.5 by 12, and then you can either score at 3 3/4 and 8 1/4, or what I do is I score at 3 3/4 from both sides. And if you want your sides to be offset, almost like the front of a wrap dress, if you know what I'm talking about, you can score them at different sizes. And then I'm just taking my sample and I'm kind of looking at how big the flat edge was, and it's 1.5 inches. So now I'm just marking both both sides of the bottom section at 1.5 inches, and then you just cut from the fold mark to that 1.5 inch mark that you made. Make sure that your corners are nice and crisp. You'll see at the end that my card that I'm building here doesn't stay closed as well as the original sample does, and that's just because it hasn't been sitting closed for a long time. So here what I'm doing is I'm cutting off a piece that is 3.5 by 5 1/4 tall, and then I need to cut off the top corner, and so I'm just using the corner that I cut off originally to just mark where I need to cut my paper piece. And I'm cutting this so that there will be a border completely around the edge of the paper. So it's hard to see the white on white, but as the card gets further along, you'll see how that works. And I should say that this paper is all from the Smarty Pants paper that's in the core book that just came out 2 days ago. And I absolutely love the composition paper. It's kind of funny. I think I'm going to cut it into like 3x4 sections, all of it that's left, and make just little composition front notebooks for scrapbook pages and embellishments. I just think that would be really cute. So what I'm doing is, again, I'm just figuring out, since I'm going to use the top of the composition notebook, I need to have something else to fill that lower edge. And you can decorate the front of your Criss Cross card however you desire. I love this rainbow notebook paper, and so that's what I'm using. I had cut some ends of, I can't even think of it, like torn notebook pages for a project that I will come out tomorrow. It's for a brand new collaboration that is started, so you'll have to come back and check that out. I hope you love it. I'm very excited for it. So that's in that project for tomorrow. So here I'm just gluing my pieces together, and I was kind of struggling with this card. It was one of those things that it's like, well, how do I decorate this? And I want it to be a thank you gift, and it ends up I'm going to put a pocket on the inside. And I thought later that I also have the Picture My Life cards from this set, so it could have been a Picture My Life card that I used on the inside as well. But since I had a sentiment that was long enough to act as a pocket, that's what I use. So here earlier this morning, what I did is I sat with the brand new layered flowers thin cuts, and I absolutely love this set. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to jump over. I cut all of these shapes this morning, and what I do is the dies are so good that I actually cut cardstock that's 4 inches wide by 6 inches tall, and then I so 4 by 12, I should say, cut it in half at 6 inches, double them up, but I put one side that's the dark side of the cardstock up and one side that's the light side up, so then you get multiple varieties of shades of your papers. So it just doubles your work, or it halves your work, because you can cut two at once. So here I'm just putting the Thankful for You Every Day that I drug the edges in the new Capri ink, which I absolutely love that color. I like blue. If you know me at all, that's my favorite color. So any shade of blue, all shade of blue, I'm in. Gonna pop dot this up, and I wanted to show that because some people had mentioned that they struggle getting those little plastic off the foam tape, and I don't have a problem typically because I don't have fake nails, but if you have fake nails, you can use the piercing tool and get them off that way. And now I'm taking these leaves from the layered flowers die, and I just crimped them in half with my fingers, and now I'm just taking my scoring tool, as you can see, and I'm just shaping the petals of these leaves, and I glued all of them together. And I don't know, the ones that are in my hand right now, that those are actually flowers. They're the insides of the flower that's above it. And I just had fun and put them together. It's very whimsical. I think when it all comes together as a kind of a unit or a bouquet, you don't even notice that they're not necessarily flowers. They're just something fun and colorful. So you just pick how you want to decorate your front. I really do like the Criss Cross card in the sense of that you can have things over the edge of the front and it actually enhances the card. It doesn't detract from it, doesn't take away from it, and so I just really like that. So you can kind of see, I think that you could almost make these into almost a Halloween-y spider thing if you did them in dark purples and that, but for now they're just little filler flowers. I'm going to tuck this leaf right in underneath, and then like I said, I have this sentiment. If you've been on my channel at all, you've seen that I have my sentiment bag, and I only put glue on the 3 edges, and I didn't put it all the way up to the corner because I thought maybe it was going to be too tight. So now I'm going to do the corners, and you'll notice that I put the gift card right in because that kind of lets it slide in and out a little easier. And it needs some color, so I just grabbed another little flower off the sideboard, and I'm going to tack that on here. And this is going to go to one of the teachers in our lives. So I'm excited about this. I was thinking that it needed a little bit more something, and I decided it was fine. So here's a close-up. You can see the flowers, the gift card, and I'll give you another look at our original sample because it shows more things on the inside. And the butterfly is pop dotted up there, so it's not real flat, but it has a little bit of lift to it. Hope you have a great day. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I try to do layout videos on Tuesday and Fun Fold Friday cards on Friday. Here's another video you may be interested in, and come check back tomorrow because there's a whole new thing coming. Blessings.